Close your eyes for the jury.
Thank you. Have a seat. Mr. Greco, next witness.
Next, the prosecution called Abigail Monroe.
Miss Monroe, come on up. Watch your step on the ramp right here. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Settle in right there. When you're ready.
Monroe. Ms. Monroe, where are you, or are you currently employed?
Yes.
And where are you currently employed?
Corwell Health.
Oh, okay. What location do you currently work at?
Currently I'm at Farmington Hills.
Okay. And have you ever worked at Corwell Health Taylor?
Yes.
How long have you been employed with Corwell?
Recently said
And what is your current position of employment there?
I'm a registered nurse with the labor and delivery department currently.
Okay. How long have you been in that position?
Since April.
Okay. Before April, what was your position at Corwell?
I was a registered nurse here at Corwell Taylor
How long have you been an RN?
since February of 2023.
Okay. You obviously have a degree in nursing degree, you're an RN. Any other licenses, certifications, or anything you have connected to your job? The RN, but state license.
Yeah,
Like
state license.
Okay, okay. As part of your duties what were you before you were an RN at Corwell?
I was a nurse extern, and then prior to being a nurse extern, I was a certified nurse assistant.
That's it. Okay, so let's see. Got it. All right, so, as part of your job duties and responsibilities as a nurse and probably as a CNA, did you have any, training or was it part of your work to draw blood?
Yes.
Okay. Were you working on the evening of August 31st, 2024? Let me ask you this. You see, let me ask you this. If the records show that you were working on the evening of August 31st, 2024, would you dispute that?
No.
In August 2024, if the records show that you were working in the at like past 10, 11 o'clock at night, would that be?
Yes.
What was your shift at that time?
I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Okay. So you're not disputing that you're working on August 31st?
Correct. No, I'm not
Okay.
disputing that.
All right. When you showed up this morning, I showed you, let me refresh your recollection here. When you showed up this morning, I showed you a video of a blood draw that you were involved in. That's been admitted into evidence as exhibit number 4, I believe. Was that you in the video?
Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. Involved in a blood draw with regard to an individual with an MSP
Yeah.
blood draw kit? Okay. All right. Prior to August 31st, 2020, have you drawn blood pursuant to a police investigation using the MSP kit?
Yes.
Okay. Approximately how many times?
10 to 20.
10 to 20 times, okay. So what is, we saw a little bit on the video that you're in, the box. What's in the box?
Inside the box, there's 2 vials to draw the blood. There's a non-alcoholic betadine solution to clean the patient's arm.
Okay, so the non-alcoholic solution to clean the arm, that's where the, I'm saying it, but where you do the draw,
Yes.
correct? And it's non-alcoholic for the reason of potentially an investigation as to whether or not there's alcohol in the person's blood.
Yes.
Okay. So how is it that, what is the process by which some people may come here? How do you draw blood from someone?
I asked the person that I'm going to draw which arm they would prefer normally.
Okay,
And then I put the tourniquet on to find the vein, clean the area where the vein is at, and then use the butterfly needle to poke for the blood.
okay. And the instruments used are sterile? Okay, and they're also coming out of the box, correct? Do you recall being presented on the evening of August 31st, 2024 with a search warrant?
Yes.
Okay. You recall it's with regard to a person by the name of Carrie Stokes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall any issues or anything with regard to the search warrant that evening?
I believe there was an issue. I don't recall what the issue was.
Okay.
But there was, we did get the search warrant and I checked it over.
Okay, so there was an issue with the initial search warrant and then a second search warrant. Was that, how was it given, provided to you?
It was emailed to my work email and I printed it out and looked over it prior to obtaining one.
Okay, and is that part of the procedure also to match up the name on the search warrant with the patient that you have?
Yes.
And that night it was Carrie Stokes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what happened? What do you do in this case with Mr. Stokes and this MSP kit described in the jury?
So the officer brings in the kit. We take the kit, officer or myself open the kit. Most of the time it's the officer that opens the kit. I believe it was the officer that opened the kit that night. I pulled the tubes out and drew the blood and then I labeled the blood, put the blood back into the kit. We sealed the kit, both the officer and myself signed the kit and the kit went with the officer.
Okay, and that concludes your involvement with the matter?
Yes.
All right, were there any issues or problems drawing blood that night? Did you follow the proper procedure as far as the hospital?
Yes.
Did you follow the proper procedure with regard to verifying the search warrant and the MSP kit and everything that comes with it?
Yes.
Okay, once the officer walks out with it sealed, that concludes your involvement, correct? I have nothing further for this witness.
Mr. Stokes, any question for this lady? No. Okay, Ms. Monroe, thank you so much for your time. Watch your step on my ramp. Okay. Enjoy your day, or what's left of it. Next witness is?
Abigail Hawk. So this is my first case, Your Honor, 27 years and 2 advocates.
Double Abigail's.
Wait.
Ms. Hogg, all the way up front, please. Watch your step on my incline ramp. And raise your right hand. Would you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today? Settle in that chair for me, please. Make yourself comfortable. When you're ready.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hawk. Okay. All right. Are you currently employed?
Yes, I am.
And where are you currently employed?
The Michigan State Police Forensic Science Lab.
Okay. And what is your position there?
I'm a forensic scientist in the toxicology.
Okay. And what are the responsibilities of your position at the state forensic lab?
I analyze biological specimens like blood and urine for the presence or absence of drugs.
Can you describe your education, I mean, for the jury?
I have a bachelor's degree in forensic science with a minor in criminology from the University of Tampa. And then I've gone through the Michigan State Police toxicology training.
This is your expertise.
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, does this CV accurately describe your education, training, and experience?
It does.
Your Honor, I'd like to move for admission of exhibit number 5.
Mr. Stokes, any objection? That'll come in. Thank you.
All right, next, I'd like you to describe your training in toxicology to the jury.
I underwent training in my bachelor's degree. I also, before being employed at Michigan State Police, I was employed at Nellis County Forensic Lab down in Florida. I was trained in toxicology there. Once I moved to Michigan State, I got through their training, and that included practical examinations, written examinations, as well as oral examinations, and you have to pass all of those before you can start testing cases. I also do take part in continuing education every year.
And so did you pass the examinations as part of your training by the Michigan State Police?
I did, yes.
And since completion of your training, have you tested blood or alcohol and drugs?
Yes.
Approximately, well, and I forget, how long have you been employed with the Michigan State Police?
The Michigan State Police, a year and 3 months.
In the year and 3 months, you've had an opportunity to test blood. Approximately how many times?
About 2,100.
2,100?
Correct.
Have you testified in court before as forensic scientist?
I got this.
And approximately how many times have you testified in court?
2 other times.
And both of those times were you qualified as certified board?
I was, yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, based upon the CV, the education training, and the testimony, we are making a motion to qualify Ms. Hawk as expert in the area of forensic science, specifically in the area of analyzing blood for presence of alcohol and drugs under Michigan Rule of Evidence 702.
Mr. Stokes, any objection? So qualified.
Did you test a blood sample in this case regarding the defendant Terry Stokes?
I did, yes.
How was it received in the crime lab?
It was received by first class mail.
Is that the normal way that it is provided to the lab?
Yes, it's.
Okay, we had some testimony with regard to the police officers about procedure on our end, and they put it in the mail and you guys received it.
Correct.
Okay. Once it is received by the lab, please describe the protocol governing the reception and documentation of this evidence.
Once it's received into a lab, one of the forensic technicians will receive that kit. They open one of the kits at a time. At this time, it's assigned a unique laboratory number that only this kit will have. The technician opens the kit and documents what's in it. Usually that is 2 blood tubes and the submission form, which we call our MS-3. That just has the information, the defendant's name, the subject's name, and then the case agent's information. That's inserted into our laboratory management system, and then it's put into a refrigeration until it's ready to be tested.
So obviously you were subpoenaed to appear here in this case, so I assume that you looked over your report and you worked with regard to here. Was the protocol, as far as you're aware, followed in this case with
Yes.
regard to this sample?
Yes, was.
Any irregularity with the evidence in this matter?
No.
Now, what method does your laboratory use to determine the presence and amount of alcohol in a blood sample, a person's blood?
We use instrumentation called gas chromatography with the flame ionization detector, also known as GCFID.
Is there a protocol that is used for this method that you guys use to test for alcohol in the blood?
Yes, there is.
What is it? Or why is, first of all, why is there?
We have a protocol to ensure that all of the scientists are doing the same thing to ensure accurate results.
Was the protocol followed in this case?
It was, yes.
With respect to the testing that you described that you do, what measures, or I'll say like quality control, are used or steps taken to ensure that the results are reliable when you guys do the testing?
To begin with, we do something called a tube check. This is before we even start testing, we're just verifying that the information that is on the blood tube, the subject's name and time of draw, stuff like that, is the same as what's entered into our management system. We also have calibrators and controls that we run with our samples. These are to ensure that everything's working properly. So those calibrators teach the instrument what certain concentrations look like, and then our controls will test that throughout the run. We also run negative samples, so these are things that have no alcohol in them, and that's to ensure that there's no contamination at any point. We also do what's called a sequence check. This is when another scientist or technician comes in and makes sure that the case is being run at the right time. And then once the sample is actually done, our supervisors will check those calibrators and controls to just double check, and then our report is also reviewed again by a competent scientist.
Were all of the instruments in working condition for this case?
Yes, they were.
And the quality control steps were reliable and accurate?
Yes.
How many tests did you perform on this specific blood sample from Mr. Stokes?
So we take the blood sample and we take the blood tube we take 2 samples from. Those 2 samples are then ran on 2 different instruments, and that leads us to have 4 results.
And did you obtain the results after testing the blood sample in this case?
I did this.
Did you prepare a report?
I did.
And you was been marked as
5.
segments.
5, I think.
It's for CB.
Okay, so
Thanks, Heather.
and what's been marked as People's Exhibit number 6. Here, take one each level. What is Exhibit number 6?
This is a lab report that I wrote.
Does your signature appear at the bottom of the report?
It does, yes.
And what does your signature on this report signify?
That I analyzed the data and then I wrote this report.
All right, on this report, I know you indicated you did 2 tests, 4 results, right? But there's only, and we're gonna get to it, 1 result here on the test. Well, why is that?
We take an average of those 4 results, and that is the result that is reported out.
Okay, so there can be a slight discrepancy and the average is the best available.
Correct.
Okay. And what is the result listed on your report?
0.214 grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood.
At this point, I would like to move for admission of exhibit number 6.
Mr. Stokes, any objection? That'll come in, thank you.
Ms. Hawk, do you know what the legal limit for alcohol in the state of Michigan is for operating a motor vehicle?
Yes,
What is that?
0.080 grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood.
And the result in your test is much higher.
Correct.
Do you know what the enhanced IDHD level is, the super drunk level is for in the state of Michigan for operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
What is it?
That is greater than 0.170 grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood.
Okay, so that limit is slightly more than double than the legal limit,
Correct.
right? Is the result listed in your report higher than the legal limit for alcohol in the state of Michigan for operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And it's also higher than the enhanced high VAC legal limit of greater than 0.17 as well.
Correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Stokes, questions for this lady?
Yes. I think he's just.
The term, super truck. What level, I'm not sure you already said, but what level would be like close to super?
It would depend on the person. Each person's going to react to alcohol differently, so I can't give a specific number.
We perfect. Yeah. If someone were to be super truck, in your professional opinion, how long would you say it would take them sober, like on average?
So the average elimination rate, which is how quickly your body will get rid of alcohol, for men is 0.015 grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood. And for that to happen, the person has to be considered an average. So an average weight, average build, it also depends on the alcohol, their tolerance level, things like that. So I can't give a specific number, but average is 0.015 per hour. Yeah.
So I don't know, I don't fully, I was like, so would you say someone who was called a super drunk and sober up in 2-3 hours?
It would depend on what their initial blood alcohol level is. To be at that 0, it would have to take, it would be 0.015 grams of alcohol per hour. So if they were at a 0.015 or 0.030, then it would be about 2 hours, correct? But if their level was higher, it would take longer.
I was doing something like that, but can't get faculty answers, so
Any redirect?
Very briefly. Ms. Hawk, if the blood alcohol, if the blood was drawn over an hour or more after we know Mr. Stokes did not have any alcohol because he was in custody and with the ambulance. Would it be fair to say that at the time he was driving, at the time he was put in the ambulance, that his blood alcohol level would have been greater than 0.214?
It's possible. It depends on the last time he had a drink. Because depending on when he stopped drinking will depend on when the absorption of that alcohol would stop in the body.
Okay, so you're saying if he consumed just before the accident, I know you aren't here for testimony, but if he consumed before the accident, it could go up because it's being absorbed post-accident because he just ingested it.
Correct.
If it was before that, it's already been absorbed in the system, then it would start to go down.
Correct.
Regardless, 0.214 is very high, correct?
It is higher than the legal limit, yes.
Thank you. I mean, for the-
Any follow-up, Mr. Stokes? All right, you can step down and you can go back to whatever you'd rather be doing.
Thank you.
Watch your step. Thank you for your time. Drive safely.
Thank you.
And Mr. Greco, people rest?
At this point, the people rest.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Stokes, do you have any witnesses?
No.
Do you want to testify? No testimony. What's that? Well, if you testify, he could cross-examine you. But you're a defendant in a criminal trial, so you can't be forced to testify. It's your option whether or not you testify. Okay. All right, so procedurally, the way this works is we kick you out. We're gonna have conversation and come up with the final set of jury instructions. That usually takes us 15, 20. As soon as we do that, Heather's doing it live time, so it's updating into your tablets. All right. Then I'll bring you back out here. We'll do closing arguments, and then I send you back to make the decision. So are you all right to take a break now? I'll get you back when I'm ready for final instructions. You're good to keep going? Okay, all right. Then Jamie will take you back out. Officer Garcia will take you back into the jury room. All right, so Mr. Stokes, go to the section in that blue box that says final instructions.
Hearing setup or something. Yeah, I see it.
You got it? Go to final instructions, and then page 1 should start with duties of judge and jury. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these, and I'm going to go fairly fast. So if I'm going too fast, slow me down. I'm going to go through these fairly fast. Heather's going to make notes because some of the instructions that are already in the computer or the tablet probably don't apply, and there'll probably be some that we want to add in. So for example, there's a specific jury instruction about the defendant not taking the stand. That's not already in here, but we'll put it in. Understand? So we're going to go through these together so that when we're all done, we agree those are the final instructions that go to the jury. All right? So the first one, duties of judge and jury, that's pretty standard. I don't see any change there. Presumption of innocence, burden of proof, same thing. I don't see any reason to change. Oh, defendant not testifying is in here already. You see that language? Bottom of page 1. Every defendant has the absolute right not to testify. All right. So far we're good. Read everything that's on the page. Moving into evidence. 1, 2, 3. I don't see any changes there, but I'll give you a chance to run through it, Mr. Stokes, Mr. Greco. Items, paragraphs 1 through 9. If you see anything there that you don't think is applicable,
Yeah.
you're okay with those? All right, moving on. Witness credibility, page 3. 1, 2, 3. All those subheadings under 3 and 4, I think those are all pretty standard. 5, pretty standard. Read those a little bit, see if you have any issues. We all right with witness credibility, paragraphs 1 through 5?
Good as well.
All right, page 4, elements of the crimes. These are as I've read them at other stages in the trial, but go ahead and look at those. You okay with the elements? All right, moving on, time and place. August 31, 24, City Romulus. Deliberations and verdict, pretty standard stuff. Actually, I'm okay with everything as for the rest of the page. We'll go ahead and look at it.
That's the problem.
I'm sorry.
That's the.
We're not done yet. But just on that page, you're okay with everything there? All right, so if you go back, we're going to go to a different section, go to evidence instructions. And the first thing that comes up should be page 1, defendant statements as evidence. I'm not sure that's appropriate, Mr. Greco, because I don't know that there was any testimony about statements that Mr. Stokes made. I don't know that it hurts anything.
It could be confusing.
Because I don't think we heard any testimony about anything that's
The only statements that were in were with respect to the
refusal.
It's not a mission.
And it's not an element. So I'm thinking scratch paragraph 1, 2, 3. Mr. Stokes? You're okay with that? All right, got that, Heather? So that gets us to circumstantial evidence. I think that's appropriate given the way the testimony came out. Take a look at that, Mr. Stokes. Actually, I'm not sure if that applies. Now that I think about the testimony. I guess if for nothing else, the contents of the vehicle are circumstantial evidence. There was no direct testimony about. Yeah, I think so. Mr. Stokes? And I'm sorry if you're not done reading. No, just let me make sure you get through it and then let me know you're done reading.
Now the truth hits hard as the blood test reveals a shocking level. The defendant steps in, trying to shake the expert's firm numbers. The courtroom shifts as the judge locks in final steps for the jury. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.